Alright, hey tubers, Bart coming at you with a PSA submission return mail day. 84 cards in, received on December 15th. These are all modern, and it went pretty fast because less than a month after them receiving them, so about a month from me shipping door to door, they are back in hand. And I'm very happy with the grades. It was a little bit of a feast or famine. Some real high stuff, and then some like, what the hell? But mostly some good stuff and some very low pop things. The sub is just small enough where I did get to, write out some data and stuff to share as we go. And I did it this angle so you get some close-ups and things. So without further ado, we'll get into it. 84 cards here. First couple up are SPs out of 15 tops. This one didn't work out too well. The Steve Young, that's a pop 1 with only 1 higher though, even in a 6. But we did get the GOAT. That's a pop 1 0 higher in the mint 9. And the SP Ronnie Lott, which is pop 2 0 higher. Did a couple of atomics. I was just kind of curious how they were going to grade, and then I was like, well, if I display them, I display them all together, so screw it, let me send all of them. Didn't work out in my favor. Print lines at the bottom, I think, were the big one on this Steve Young here. These are pretty low pop too. I think this one's only like out of 4 higher. I didn't write this one down specifically, but I think there's only 1 higher on this one. Not that many people sent in a Brent Jones, but a nice shiny PSA 8 there. And then the Garrison Hurst. I think that's a pop 0 higher, so. Beautiful cards. Still display together nicely, but not high grades on those. 97 Finest Steve Young. Refractor. That's pop 2 and 5 higher. Let's see, and that is the common refractor. But pretty cool. Lots of different variations of that. Real excited about this one. Check this out. The Z Team from 96 Zenith. That's pop 3. Real nice shine to it. It'll go nice with a rice that looks just like it that I have. We got a beautiful Zenith from 97 Artist Proof and a PSA 10. That's pop 3. Got this gold from 96 Finest. Not a refractor, but the gold version there. And that is pop 4. Pretty sweet there. Had that one for a long time. Alright, got a couple of Jerry's in the sub. This is pop 2 0 higher. This is a press proof gold die cut from 97 Don Russ. So it's got that gold foil and die cut, and it is one of 500 different ones. So they didn't individually number, but it is numbered out of 500. Pop 2 0 higher. Sent in a atomic of him as well. My Steve Young wasn't gradable, and the other, I got 2 of these, and the other one had better color, but as mentioned in previous videos, these die cuts, especially right there on the bottom of the back of the B, usually is peeling and bent and things like that. And so the other one that I had was pretty mangled right there, even though the color popped a lot better on this uniform on his. But happy with an 8 there. And that one is pop 4 with 6 higher. Here is a pop 1 PSA 10. Let me see if I can get you the shine on this bad boy. There it is. They sold team sets kind of like in little hanger packs or whatever, but you could see the pack of cards just sitting there, and you got your team set. And very randomly, no, these were packs. These were team set packs. That's right. And randomly inserted were team collection cards as well as platinum team. The platinum team were the most elusive of them. I don't know what the pack odds, but I'm going to go with stupid small on that one. And my good buddy Mike Thomas pulled this sucker, and he was like, hey, do you want this? Because he was looking for the Bryant Youngs. And I was like, absolutely, what you want for it? And he just sent it to me. Way too nice. And check out the PSA 10 that this thing pulled. Real happy with that. 97s are my favorite, and that is a pop one, not to be duplicated anytime soon. He also sent me the team collection. I thought this was nicer than that. I had another one of these, but that was pretty bad off center. So I didn't really think it warranted a 7, but it's pop 1-0 higher, so not a whole lot of great versions out there, I guess. Got the Gridiron Gods here. I was kind of surprised by these because you can't really mess this card up. It is a metal card, literally. They got a better holder now, I guess, or it's compressed more, obviously, because it looks uglier with these open spaces. But the other ones I have actually free float, and you can hear the metal clanking from back and forth in the plastic. But several different variations. I have all of them in PSA 10. This is non-numbered, but pretty cool. But the reason why it didn't get to 10 is when I looked for what the reason was. Let me see if I can get it in the light here. There's a pretty good scratch right in here. And I'm not a big fan of that. And I would dismiss it as, hey, I screwed up. It was on the back of the card. Maybe I missed it. But you'll see in 2 cards, there's another one that kind of surprises me. I'll show this one first to stay in my pile order. But got the Jerry Rice pennants there. That's pop 2-0 higher from 96 playoff contenders. And that's like one of those nice felt ones. So kind of cool. But this TO, I was pretty disappointed in. Like, how the hell did it get a 7? It had the coating. I peeled that coating off so, tediously. Put all the effort I needed to in and didn't touch anything. That surface, I'm going to say screen mirror, it is gorgeous, right? Look at that. Not a flaw to be seen. So I was like, man, I just got to hope for the best on some centering, but I was pretty excited. I was thinking this was going all the way. And then check out the scratch mark going across there, and there's another one right there. And that one's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. And then when it was surprised that 2 of them were scratched on the back, and 2 out of 3 cards, I got me a little salty about it. Beautiful card, though. And I have the Rice to match it, but with that mirror surface just perfect on the front. Was not expecting a 7 on that one. But that one's pop 0, or pop 1, 4 higher, despite it being a PSA 7. Had this nice Jimmy G. Instead of trying to part ways with it and salvage my costs into it, which I think I paid like 80 bucks. So he was in a down point when I bought it because the gold vinyls are still tough to pick up. I was like, it's a good looking card, and the centering is on point because if you look at I cut and draw a little line and act like these are triangles right at the bottom of these points and kind of just eyeball them to see if they're even or not as they stick in and make that little point there, and they were. So I was like, that's a centered card, so let's do it. And out of 5, the Jimmy G gold vinyl PSA 10, that is a pop 1. Let me some artist proofs. Crazy weird shine on this one. Looks like if it was turned sideways, it'd be like one of them old TVs when you're changing a channel. If anybody's my age and remembers that, you see that beam going across of light going across the screen. But a rookie artist proof out of 10. Got the mint 9, but that is pop 1, none higher for Brandon Ayuk. 1,000-yard receiver for us. So congrats to him. We've got a Trey Lance. I love this design. I bought this. This was an SGC 10. that I cracked out, which is a rarity for me, but I just love the card that much. Got a 10 on the Bosa when I sent it in. And got 1 on this rookie as well. These are out of 25. And that one's pop 4, so I wasn't the only one thinking of sending this in. And so pop 4 out of 25 this quickly is actually pretty big number, so must be a high quality process on the card to make sure that it was centered and all the things. Finally sent in my Singletary. Sideline Generals at a 70. And I'm really trying to build a small but nice slabbed white predominant card auto collection of the Niners, if that makes sense. So they, you know, because Nationals and Flawless and things, the designs, they get a little crazy sometimes. But there's always like a version or two in there that are just real clean, a picture, a whole lot of white borders and background, and then a bold auto that pops off the card. And so I'm trying to do that with wherever I can find them. And there is the Singletary. Pop 2. PSA 10 there. We got first time Pro Bowler this year, Talanoa Hufanga. This one's pop 11. The Pulsar Prism, not numbered. I really need the base one of this and not the Pulsar Prism. But I didn't have one at the time, and I thought I had 2 of these and picked out the nicer one and sent it in, and happy with that. He's a pretty popular guy with the Niners right now. We've got some good ones coming up here. We got a Frank Gore 13 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor out of 50. Scored the PSA 10. That is a pop 2. Really like that one. We got a rookie Joey Bosa yellow. I picked it up because it looked gold, even though, you know, it's considered the yellow version. These are out of 75. And that one is a pop 1, none higher. Excited for this. Needed some more Kittle in the PC. So got his 21 Prestige Heroes. Was a little nervous just based on surface of cards like this, because these type of foils take dimples and stuff pretty easily. But did score the 10 on that. That's a pop 13 and the 10. And then we got some press proof golds. I was really in a kick for picking up inserts as opposed to base cards for a change, which I love that base, but when prices of cards and submitting cards go up, then you got to be a little bit more stringent on what you're sending in, and base wasn't doing it because the value's not there. Not that I'm flipping them or anything, but you still got to be smart with that. So I started picking up, you know, $6 inserts out of 50 that were gold or color matches and things. So that's what you'll see here out of 50. He does this little like hand movement like that. It's some wrestling movement, and he does it every time. You know, it's an homage to some wrestlers move every time he gets a first down. So kind of cool there. All the Niners know that movement right there. And that is a pop 1 in PSA 10. And that was, what year was this? This was 19. And so then I got the 20. I think my 21 was damaged, so I didn't send that one in. But I got the 20. Basically the same card from the next year, the gold press proof, out of 50, PSA 10. And that one's a pop 1 as well, so pretty cool. We got 2 Kaepernicks in the mix. We got the Topps Chrome Gold out of 50. I knew this one was probably going to get jacked a little bit left, right. And I think it did. And a lot of these, especially the horizontal 15s, just a tough, you know, and that's like if you remember the OBJ catch, you know, and they got the base and the fractors that are super popular. That one's always tough to find center. There's a bunch of them, just the left rights on these horizontal ones is pretty tough, but that's pop 2, none higher in the PSA 9. I had this for a long time and finally just said, yeah, it'll look good slabbed, and you got to have a couple of them. He was your quarterback for a good number of years, and I liked him when he played. He got a little crazy afterwards. Got fully radicalized, but I was a believer in him while he was on the field. Spectra Gold out of 10, number 1 out of 10, I believe. Yep, 0, 1 out of 10. Got the PSA 10, a beautiful card, and that is, of course, pop 1, because that's how we do it. Let's see, we got some Navarro Bowman chromes here. Got a little bit of shaft on the 13 red. I forget where I saw a flaw or not on this one, but the red out of 25 from 2013 got a 7. Pop 1, none higher nonetheless, though. The 14 red out of 25, pop 1, PSA 10. The 14 Topps Chrome Gold out of 50, PSA 9. That's pop 1 with 2 higher, and I am the owner of one of those 10s, so I got 2 out of the top 3 on that one. And then the 13 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor, PSA 10 out of 50 is pop 2. So 4-time All-Pro guy for us. Phenomenal linebacker. Only played 8 years and was injury riddled, but his 4 full seasons were all All-Pro seasons. So that's pretty cool. So a all-time Niner, despite, you know, not being able to hold it together long enough to make the Hall of Fame, but he was clearly on that trajectory. We got a Debo Optic Gold from 21, PSA 10 out of 10, and that is a pop 1. And shout out to Bradley Claus, Brad8671. He sent me a care package with 2 cards in, and I sent both of them in, and this is the first one. So I've got the PSA 10 Debo. Sent in a Fred Warner, which is kind of the equivalent card, but this is the regular Donruss and not the Optic. Press Proof Gold out of 50. And that's pop 1. This is the other card that Bradley Claus sent me. Check out this beauty. The tie-dye prism. These are out of 25 from Select. And that is a pop 1. So thank you, Bradley Claus. 2 for 2 on your hookups for PSA 10. Had this for a long time. Probably before he even played a game. So I didn't think much of it when I got it, but then all of a sudden he started doing some things and I dug it back out. So this is a rookie one, but it's an insert card out of 25, tie-dye prism for Fred Warner. Got the PSA 9, but that is a pop 2 and none higher. Did get the whoops. And this is the Feast or Famine that I talked about, and you've seen on some of the cards. The 20 Prestige Heroes George Kittle got the 7. And it's got a, let's see if we can get it in there. Yeah, this top corner right here, you can kind of see it got janked. And I don't know if, you know, I smashed it into the box too much. I don't think so, because I should see more damage on other corners like that. So I don't know how to attribute that one. It's on me or not. It doesn't create a crease, but it's definitely a dented corner. And so that's why your 7 is there. Because there's a good pop on that one. It's pretty high because that's a popular card. Excited about this. Select Patrick Willis rookie, future Hall of Famer here, potentially this year. Artist Proof out of 32. That is a PSA 10, pop 1. We got some Topps Chrome coming at you here. We got the 13 Topps Chrome Red PSA 10 out of 25. That's pop 1. We have the 12 Topps Chrome out of 25. The PSA 10 is a pop 2. Another 12, but this is the gold out of 50. PSA 9 is a pop 1, 2 higher. The 13, I love this pose. Gold refractor out of 50. That's a pop 2. Got some future Hall of Famer. Definitely an all-time great 49ers with his 7 Pro Bowls. Some Joe Staley's coming up. Sent in the factory set update. I don't know what the print run was on these. It can't be a ton because this is a low-end set. So it's not like a whole lot of people are going to be running around looking for a factory set in a box from 2007 score. But they made one, and instead of being in a spring training camp, you know, half-ass jersey and some warm-up pants, the update had him in a full Niners uniform. And so sent that in, got the PSA 10, and that is a Pop 1. Would have loved, I have his artist proof, which is out of 32 like that Patrick Willis, but it was not in the condition to get sent. But I did have a submittable scorecard version, which is the uniform I was just talking about from the previous card. And that's out of 100. And that is a Pop 1 0 higher. I just thought this looked cool, and it was a color match, and I think they just looked like a 10 to me. So, and not the highest end of cards, but the Gold Predictor edition of Upper Deck for Joe Staley. Got the PSA 10, and that's a Pop 7. And then also, just because I wanted something shiny of his, sent in the Bowman Chrome Refractor. Got the PSA 9 on that one, and that's Pop 2, 1 higher. These are numbered out of 500. And if anybody out there, because I know I'll draw some Niners in on this, I need his plain base Bowman graded. So if you have one already graded, or if you've got a non-chipped one, because they are horrible at chipping, that could be graded, look me up. Alright, we got some randomness coming up, just from cards I hit and thought I wanted to send in. Sent in the Justin Fields, the rookies from Don Russ. Got the PSA 10, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's Pop 46. Had this Granky for about 5 years, and I got 2 of them, and I always thought it was a little bit rough, but as I saw that there weren't a ton of these, and they definitely weren't getting sold, like people were just subbing them themselves and holding them, I finally was like, all right, well, I'm not seeing any reasonable priced ones, and this one's not so terrible. So I sent in the Zach Greinke. I'm not sure if they'll pick this one or the Bowman Chrome and draft picks as his rookie, but got the PSA 8. That's a Pop 22 with 22 higher, so a lot of people getting that 8 like me for that. Future Hall of Famer there. Sent in a Mantle, just because I pulled one. Why not? Well, I had a couple box sets of this, I think, so. Got the PSA 10. That one is Pop 110, so fair number of people like that card. I thought this one was pretty cool. I love cards like this, even if they're not my team, if they're just so nostalgic and historic with what they're, you know, what they're talking about or what they're demonstrating or displaying here. I'm a sucker for them. So I sent in this Yankees one. Sometimes I like to keep these in a PC anyway, but typically, eventually, I just find a way to send them in a care package, because I think they're pretty cool cards that people don't appreciate enough, but they'll always appreciate it when it's sitting in a PSA 10 holder, right? And that is a Pop 22. Pretty happy with this. This one's a sneaky card. Harrison Smith is a 6-time Pro Bowler at safeties. This generation of defensive backs, there's not a ton of them collecting those Pro Bowls and those stats. He didn't get the Pro Bowl this year, but he did have 5 interceptions, which is pretty significant. That's a good solid number. Guys don't get the interception numbers like they used to, especially not consistently. So if he puts another couple of seasons of just decency together, and or at least gets one more Pro Bowl, that 7th Pro Bowl is a big hurdle. Obviously, all pros carry even bigger, making one of those the first or the second teams. But all Pro Bowls are pretty big. You get a 7th one, you're doing something real right there. But Harrison Smith, and that is a PSA 19. So pretty happy with that probable future Hall of Famer there. Got the Trayvon Diggs, sent it in. PSA 9. I will take it, and that one is Pop 18 with 8 higher. So not a ton of them graded yet. Sent in the Micah Parsons as well. And if you want to know why the market has come back down and corrected, You know, these guys should be kind of similar popularity to a certain degree. Obviously, one's a DB, one's a linebacker, but both very good, both putting up big numbers and stuff like that. And so there shouldn't be such a massive disparity. But like I said, this one's pop 18 and 8 higher. So you're saying that the top two grades are 26. And just in PSA 10 for this mica is pop 121 already, which is kind of crazy. That's big numbers for football. I know baseball guys will think that's still small, but for football, that's pretty big. Did send in a future Hall of Famer Heinz Ward, a primary rookie for the registry. Got a PSA 9, but kind of with that market correction, the 10s are in the realm of me okay with spending that money because they're only like $90 or something like that. So I will probably end up picking up a 10 anyway, despite I'm pretty happy with the 9. I was on a kick for some refractors and things. You saw that in some of the other cards, obviously, but some other popular players. So I sent the beautiful color match diamond refractor from the Calvin Johnson there. And that is not numbered, but pop 1 higher for that one from 15. Sent in the purple refractor for the purple jersey of Adrian Peterson there. Got the PSA 10, and that is pop 2. Hit a Trevor Lawrence in a retail box that I picked up for 20-25 bucks or something like that. Was pretty excited about it at the time. And then once he was, still full-time starting again this year, I was like, oh, let's send it in. And obviously the timing looks real good right now, but the rated rookie, love those. That's a PSA 10, so happy about that. But check this out, folks. The population report. I already talked about how that mica hide in the prism was pop 121, and that's pretty high. The population of the non-main type of card, because Prism's the winner right now, but the rated rookie from Don Russ, the population of this card is 2,179. I.e. market correction, right? And maybe I'm contributing to that, but I'm not flipping it and putting it out on the market, so I'm not killing that demand, but that's just how many cards were getting subbed. I just thought this was really cool, too. Atomic Adrian Peterson from 2007 Score. Hot Rookies, not numbered, but pretty neat cards. Got that in a PSA 9, and that is pop 4. 7 higher. All right, moving on. Got some Nationals PC stuff coming up. We got the Juan Soto Tops now. That is the Home Run Derby one there, where they put the chain on them and everything like that. So pretty cool. PSA 10, pop 16. We got the Ryan Zimmerman Blue Refractor out of $3.99. I thought this was cool just because I didn't have many old National stuff. So from 09, PSA 9 there, and that is pop 10 higher. Got the Diamond Anniversary Scherzer from 11. PSA 10, that's pop 9. We got the Red Refractor of Alfonso Soriano from 2006. These are out of 90, I think it is. Yep. And that one is pop 1 higher. And obviously Alfonso Soriano is a popular player, but when he was with us for a year, he was a 40-40 guy. And 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. 4 people have ever done that, and he's the only one to do it. That's not linked to steroids. So there you go. Sent in this Scherzer Atomic. Got the PSA 10. That is pop 1 none higher. We have a Bryce Harper that matches that, which I'm pretty excited about. From opening day of 19, we sent in the mascot. Opening day has the mascot cards, which are pretty cool. I have, all the variations of the different years for Screech, but I thought this one was just the best overall photo of all of them. And it looked 10-ish to me, and that's what it got. So pretty happy with that, and that is at pop 1. Got some Bosa in. Sent in the Luminance. Got a PSA 10. That's the rookie. That's pop 8. Sent in the Vertex. Got a PSA 10 on that. These aren't numbered, but they're kind of high-end base cards. Very textured and everything like that. Pretty cool. That's pop 6. Then for my like little side PCs for display purposes, I sent in some random stars from Skybox EX. Sent the Dirk in, got a PSA 9, which I'm happy about. I keep the 9s and 10s. Is kind of where I go with these if I get them. That's pop 13 with 6 higher. Sent in the McGuire, also got a 9. Pop 16 with 19 higher. And then I do the Flare Showcase as well with that number in the back like that. So got a keeper with the Shaquille O'Neal PSA 9. That is pop 13, 6 higher. Didn't get the grade for the Barry Sanders. Most of them I didn't, but I got a couple. So PSA 8 on that one. That one's pop 4 with 7 higher, so not a ton of submissions. Didn't get the keeper on the Emmett. Just love those cards. And that jersey number back, that's pop 6 higher. We got the Dan the Man, that only scored the 8. That's pop 3, 7 higher. The Terrell Davis only scored the 8 as well. Pop 2, 1 higher. And the Brett Favre got the PSA 8 as well, and that's pop 2, 13 higher. And then there were also, I believe, 9 cards that were not mine. I sent in for a buddy, Jason, fellow Niners collector, basketball collector, Hall of Fame collector a little bit. And I finally convinced him to send some cards in. And I believe he's starting to get hooked, so that's pretty sweet. He sent in the 04 Tradition triple rookies there of Manning, Rivers, and Roethlisberger. Got the PSA 8 on that. Check out this Griffey. Sent in this EX cert. Now, I will say, I think he got the benefit of the doubt, but you take that sometimes and run, especially on this acetate. There's some markings and stuff like that on some of these foils. I didn't think they'd be that kind to, but it's still a fantastic card, and that's pop 21 and only 1 higher, so tough set, tough card. Did pretty good on that. Love these EX. Got a little side PC going with these, but these are harder grades. You got the PSA 8 on the Griffey there. Sent in this Kobe from Topps Generations 97. Got the 8. Never a bad idea to send in some Brady's. They hold value well and they sell well. So we got the 04 Chrome. Obviously it's centered top to bottom is what's getting them here. PSA 9 though, good deal. Got the 10 on this 04 Finest Larry Fitzgerald. That's a nice looking card. Send in the 03 Finest Troy Polamalu. Got the PSA 9. Another cool one there. Didn't quite make it for the 03 Chrome Brady and a PSA 7, and a great looking card. It took me a second, but it's this top ridge, and you can kind of see the light bounce off of it a little bit. It's a little pushed in, if that makes sense. Not sure how that would really get caused, but it is. So that's why the 7 on that one, but it looks great, especially on the front. And then the 03 Chrome, good looking card, the weekly wrap up PSA 10. That's a pretty quality card to have as well. So early Brady PSA 10, can't beat that. So those are the cards I got for you. That's the submission. I think I have a really small submission because I had to break it up by years coming in as well in the next day or two. I only got 2 hits out of the 9 that ended up getting graded in that one, but love to get grades back either way. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Later.